Bang! Knives. I'm Jared, and today we have the new Soothsayer. Now, I really like this one. I was really excited about it. I did get to check it out at Blade Show. I do have some criticisms that we'll go over towards the end of the video, but let's get into it. This thing is available. It should be available right now on Friday. I'll have everything linked down in the description, including the new CIVIVI knives. Not sure if the video already went up or not, but I really like them. So I'm going to link everything down in the description for you guys. But let's go over it. Now, one, I really like the look of it. I love the look of this knife. It just speaks to me. This is blade shape, in my opinion, is one of the best blade shapes for EDC. It allows you to be very versatile. It's 20 CV, full flat grind, nice and thin behind the edge. 16 thousandths behind the edge. It's going to be fantastic for utility cuts, push cuts. You have a lot of flat reverse grip because the ergos are also very neutral, and I love how it tapers from thinner to thicker. We have it's a titanium bolster lock with carbon fiber. Now there's 4 different versions available of this. So there's even a Damascus version with Damas steel. So there's some good looking options. Now the ergos allow you to do great reverse grips or forward grips or pinch grips. Like just even the flipper tab, the way the flipper tab angles down allows you to use it as a prop for utility cuts. Like it's a very versatile knife, yet extremely lightweight and nice and compact while it's still a full-size knife. You have multiple deployments. You have this flipper tab, so you have the flipping action. Great jimping, nice and comfortable flipper tab. Very snappy detent. Perfect detent. The detent is very solid on this without being too strong. It's not too light. It's just great. You're not going to fail it. Even if I try to fail it, it still flips without cheating. Yeah, great flipping action. Now, access to the lock bar, it's okay. Could be a little bit better, but it's okay. They do have it raised up a little bit higher than the show side, and it does have a chamfer on both sides, so it's okay. And it is nice and drop shutty. Not fall shut, but very smooth on the drop. Then you have the fuller. Nice and sharp on the fuller, so it's not going to be slick or slippery. You're not going to be slipping out of it, or at least you shouldn't. I can thumb flick it, but I have to lower my thumb down pretty far and get some leverage, but the reverse flick is where it's at. Lefties, you're going to be just fine as well because it's a bolster lock. So, and it does have a reversible deep carry titanium clip. No backspacer, but it does have the standoffs. Internal stop pins. I love internal stop pins. It's the best way to do it. One, it adds pivot stability because it has the leverage on both points over here. Also, if you ever wanted to do anything to modify the knife in the future in the choil area, you can without risk of it not locking in the closed position or the open position. Now the detent is nice and early when you disengage it. You can see it's pretty early, so it's easy to get past and also very, very smooth, and it'll only get smoother and smoother over time. So I imagine, after a couple weeks, this thing will be damn near false shut action. And, it has that feeling of that it's going to get extremely, extremely smooth after the detent ball breaks in, and all that good stuff. Now the blade does have a blasted finish on the 20 CV. And then so does the titanium. Titanium hardware, T8 hardware all the way around except for the actual clip. If you flip the clip, you have to move this T8 over to this side and these T6s over to this side. Wish it was all T8, but hey, not that big of a deal. Now, the knife itself, it's very, very light. Which almost, and I know this doesn't actually mean anything, but it almost makes it feel cheap because it's so damn light. I mean, it is incredibly, incredibly light, which makes it feel like there's nothing to it. I feel like if it had a little bit more weight, it would actually feel more premium than it feels weight-wise. But obviously, we know better than that, and weight is not a factor in price. In this case, they made it lightweight with the premium material. So Beautiful swedge on the front of the blade. It's going to add a little bit of strength from the spine, you know, while also making it very pokey. So you're going to have the best of both worlds. It's not going to be too fragile. It's going to be really good for all your utility cutting needs. Just a good looking knife, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Nice and comfortable in the hand. I do feel the clip, obviously, but you know, you can always choke up. It's so versatile in the hand, where you can basically have it in any grip position. I mean, even the gas station fighting position is pretty decent. So now let's go over a couple little criticisms. Let's go talk about some criticisms. One, not that I think it's so overpriced that it's outlandish, but I want to talk about the price a little bit. This is an in-house design, at least to my knowledge, around $256 or $250, $260, something like that. Let's just say $250, right? Around $250. I think that they are resembling too much. They're not letting their knife design stand out. Like, a lot of people would have a difficult time figuring out which one's your premium model here. Obviously, I know the pivot says it, but you know, there should be more obvious things than that. And what I mean is that we have a blasted finish. Why use a blasted finish at $250? Like, I feel like I'm paying for a better finish, either a satin or a stonewash. It just seems like we're cutting corners here. Next thing, clip. It looks like the same clip you're using on your budget knives, you know, like, so I know it's titanium, but you know, like, when you're paying this price, you're paying for the details, the extra, you know, like, you want it to be different than your budget knife, not just in materials, but also in work. You know, you don't want to know that, oh, it's just a budget knife with premium materials. You want to know, well, they went a little bit extra with this one, you know. They gave me a titanium milled pocket clip. At the very least, inset it. I mean, it's not even inset. It does have flat screws. Now, the clip will work just fine, but it's just those little details that make you think like they're cutting corners for cost here. Next thing, access to lock bar. Yeah, it's okay. You know, it's good, but I just think that they could go a little bit better. You know, they could have gave me a little bit more so that it was very, very like, it is easy. So I'm not trying to make it seem like it's difficult. It's not. But when you have a bigger cutout, it makes the knife feel more premium, right? When the cutout is a little bit bigger, makes it feel more premium, more comfortable, a very comfortable disengagement, and it does something to the feeling of the knife. You know, so there's nothing really to complain about here. There's really no bad. Everything's good. I mean, everything's rock solid lockup, no detent lash, action's amazing, the fit, the finish, all that stuff's good. I just feel like we're missing out on some extra details that we want for this price. You know, it just seems like, and I know they do it with their OEM work, right? Their OEM work, they do it because the designer, I guess, requests it. But on their in-house designs, it seems like they're trying to cut corners, but still charge the same price, or charging a higher price, even though they're cutting corners. I would think that you would want those little details like you used to have back in the day that made you stand out above everybody, that made your premium knives really feel like, you know, like I'm getting what I'm paying for. Not saying you're not with this. I'm not saying you're not getting what you're paying for, but I think that we always went up and beyond to make sure that when you got your knife, you really could see where every penny went. You really felt like you were getting even more than you were paying, rather than, you know, rather than not that feeling. So, is it a phenomenal knife? Yes, I absolutely love it. I think it's a great knife. Like I said, it really speaks to me. So I'm not downplaying the knife. I'm downplaying the extras that could go into something, which I don't think it's outrageous to think that you could get all that for this price. And I know it's not. I know it's not. And at this point, it starts becoming an insult to the buyer, to the point to where they start looking at it like, you know, you're trying to take things out that would make this knife even better, and charge me the same price still, or raise the price without adding those features. So I just think that's something that we should start thinking about. They should start thinking about, you know, like obviously we know these clips are going to cut costs because you can use the same clip across the board on every damn knife, right? So making a milled titanium pocket clip for each knife would be, it'd be a higher cost. Now, I would say that maybe you could do the same titanium milled pocket clip all the way across. That wouldn't feel as good as if each one had their own clip, but it would be better. Now, some people love these deep carry clips like this, and maybe there's something else that could be special that you guys could do with your clips to make us feel really good, without it being the same exact clip that it looks like on your budget knives or on your more affordable line. Not that they are the exact same clip, because I know they are still titanium, so I'm not, you know, anyways. But all in all, I like the knife a lot. It speaks to me. I love it. I'm even thinking about getting the black one, because the black one with the carbon fiber looks amazing to me. I love the way it looks. I think it really pops, man. That black with the carbon fiber, man, to me, man, that thing it pops. Especially after I put my nice mirror polished edge on there, or just an edge period on there with a low angle. Whoo! That thing's gonna look sweet. So, you know, like I said, you know, I love the knife. I'm not trying to make it seem like that I don't like it or that I wouldn't buy it. So, I definitely would. Like I said, I'm thinking about getting the other one too. But there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.